And welcome to another episode of the Greater Culture Podcast, where we get a chance to sit down with members from the gym. And so today I'm very excited to be joined by Norma. So Norma, thanks for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I know you've been with us for a long time now, somebody who typically comes in the evening classes, but love for folks to get to know you just a little bit more. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, of course, I was born and raised in New Jersey. I came to North Carolina in 2012. All of a sudden, my family kind of moved out, out here. Never went back to New Jersey. I have two boys, I'm a full-time mom. I work in the healthcare field, pretty much home health, and I'm very active. I like to stay out, active, go out as much as I can, but I am a busy bee.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I'm excited to learn a little bit more about how you found a way to fit fitness and working out and all that into having kids, full-time job, the whole thing, because that's challenging. So you've been down here in North Carolina for a little while now. So what brought you down to North Carolina from New Jersey?
Oh gosh, back then, I was married in 2012, and at that time, my ex-husband was stationed out in Cherry Point in Havelock, North Carolina. And so, of course, we had to, move. And I stood. And then, of course, divorced in 2014, which was a quick divorce, married and divorced. Didn't work out. And then I just stood. I didn't go back to New Jersey. My cousins got stationed out in Fort Bragg. And so I was lucky to have family out here.
Yeah. So how long have you been in the area here near Fuqua and Holly Springs?
I say since 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what brought you over then to this neck of the woods around 2020?
My mother. My mother was from New Jersey and moved out here and moved to Raleigh, her first home, bought a home and ended up staying with her. And then she moved here to Fuqua and then moved with her, of course, with the boys. And funny story, she's the one that got me into CrossFit. So.
No kidding.
So yeah.
Well, I'll be excited to hear a little bit more about that. I'm always curious about people's health and fitness background. So somebody is very athletic. Play any sports growing up?
I did. I was a cheerleader. Also, I played basketball, varsity. Got a scholarship for NC State, North Carolina, years ago. Turned it down. Basketball was not my thing anymore.
Okay. Really. Yeah.
And then that's about it. It was just cheerleading, basketball. And then, of course, some volleyball, softball.
Yeah.
But not as passionate as I was with basketball.
It's funny, a full circle moment of having an opportunity to potentially come down to the Raleigh area for NC State, decide not to, but then eventually working your way down here anyway.
That was a disappointment to my mom.
Right? Made up for it later on by following along with CrossFit. So talk to us a little bit about what was your health and fitness journey like then after moving down here, because I think whenever somebody plays sports, it's always very focused on sports and working out for that. And then all of a sudden you get into the real world and you have a job that's 9 to 5 and you're kind of what do I do with my own health and fitness?
Yes. So it's been many years since I have not stayed active playing any sports. So it's just been a lot of work, and, paying more so attention to my boys, my full time, and just forgetting about what I need and just paying more attention of what they need. And so, of course, getting into CrossFit in 2021, that was a big change. At that time, I was going through a tough time. And so my mother was part of the South Wake here. Yeah. And then she was like, Norma, I know you haven't been doing anything in many years. It's been time, it's time for you to, get in it and, be active. So I gave it a shot and I loved it the first day. First day was what was I missing? This is what I was missing. How did I not know about this? So it was a good opportunity to give it a shot. And
it's fascinating to me how people have some of those experiences where walk in, test out a class or test something out, and all of a sudden they're like, this is what I'm looking for. So for you, what was it about that first class that you were like, I'm in it?
It was the people.
The people.
The community.
Yeah.
The coaches at the time.
Yeah.
But also it was testing my limits. I enjoy testing my limits, pushing hard. I've always been that way. It's I have to go, do it. It's I'm competing myself. So it was a nice way to I could do this. Setting goals and just stuck with me.
Yeah, I think people find it and stay in it for all different reasons. Community is one of those big ones that lets people want to stay active and stay engaged with it, but pushing yourself. So is that something that I feel like maybe was lost since like the athletic days of like, oh, now this is what it feels like to challenge myself and see what I'm capable of?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I did lose myself throughout those years. Coming here, it was just like this is amazing. And now it's like I had that mentality where I could just achieve anything, do anything, and I'm always with a positive mindset. So it's good to have CrossFit kind of keep that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old are your boys now?
Well, my oldest is 18. He has moved out the house, working full time and going to college. And then I have my youngest, my 12-year-old, seventh grade. And so he is now my main focus.
Yeah. How has that been balancing being a mom along with your own health and fitness? Because we have moms of all different levels here. Some are currently pregnant, some just had babies, some have teenagers. And it's interesting to me how everybody is at a different level in their journey. And so I'm curious to hear from you, how did you navigate that?
It definitely was rough. My whole house is full of ADHD. I myself have ADHD. Two of my boys have ADHD. So it is crazy in the house. Everyone is just, everywhere, got the squirrel brain, just can't. So of course, my younger years, of course, I had, a routine, I had structure. I thank my mom for that. So it's installed through me throughout the years. And till this day, I'm really big on discipline, structure, and a routine. And that's what keeps me going. And so to install that in my boys and to have it, as a routine for them, it has helped. So it's pretty much go to work full time, 8 to 5. And then after that, I'm just like drained. Working in home health, it's a beast. So mentally, I'm just exhausted. And by the time I get home, dinner, sometimes not even dinner, but for me, it's just like, okay, I need something to relax my mind, get the stress out, CrossFit. And that's like my main thing. I need to go to the gym so that I could come home and be my best self with my boys. My boys go to, they do sports, football, basketball, and try to do that as well. It's just an ongoing cycle, like just full time, nonstop. And it's just every day.
Yeah. It's one of those things I think we hear a lot of when life calms down, I'll find time for my own health and my fitness. And the problem is life never calms down. So it's really about figuring out, like you said, having the discipline of, hey, here's my structure of how I'm going to balance my time so I can do my work, have time for myself for fitness, but that allows me to be the type of mom and parent and what I want to be outside. So you found that the evening classes seem to work best within your schedule.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does to have that structure and routine. It does play a big part of who I am. A lot of people tell me, Norma, you always have to have a schedule, a time. And I'm just like, that's just how I am. I have to stick with it. Because if I don't, I'm just going to be all over the place, and you don't want that.
I think that's how most people operate best as well, is like if they know consistency, routines, the sometimes boring things, that actually leads to some of the best results when it comes to just our own health and wellness. And so now you've been doing CrossFit for about 4 years now. So talk to us about what that journey's been like, because there was the excitement when you first joined of challenging and pushing yourself. And I think in that first, 6 to 12 months, there's just so many gains and like everything's a PR and everything's new and great. And then you hit a point where you kind of settle in and you're like, oh, like here's where my fitness is. Like I'm still getting better at things, but it can be challenging. So talk to us about what it's been like over these 4 years.
So the beginning of CrossFit, of course, joining CrossFit South Wake, that was definitely, a tough journey, learning, the techniques, the foundation, and just trying to get the skills was rough. I was like, 35, it's like at that age, you're like, I'm not young anymore. So I can't, compete, at a younger level. So I had to tell myself, you're not them, you're getting older, slow it down. But of course, the first 2 years, I end up coming like 6 to 7 days a week, Brad, just so that I can keep up and gain the skills much quicker because of my age. And then now, after that, the transition when you guys came and took over, being able to, the excitement, I was really excited about that. Being, meeting new people, getting to know the foundation of what the schedule is going to look like. I was excited about that. So I ended up staying. I didn't want to leave, of course, but I definitely enjoy the foundation of the CrossFit, the people, the community.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's one of those things that keeps people in it for the long haul. Is it's fun to see the personal development, gain some strength, learn some new skills. All of a sudden, maybe now I can lift a little bit more or do more pull-ups than I used to be able to do. And then, you settle in and you're kind of like, all right, here's my fitness at 35 and 37 or whatever it is. And then you have to find sort of some new goals. And so it sounds like in the beginning, the goals were I want to learn the skills, want to learn the movements, want to get strong. What would you say some of your goals are these days when it comes to your health and fitness and CrossFit?
Now it's eating healthier.
Yeah.
Having a good daily routine, like going to bed early, waking up early, trying to eat as much protein throughout the day to meet those goals of gaining muscle. So that's been my main focus now. And so I do find myself not coming as much often. It's more now like 3-4 times a week, which I do see improvement with my body. Having that big recovery has helped, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's important, especially for folks to understand, is when they want to hit a fitness goal, they're like, I got to go 6 or 7 days. I got to keep grinding. But if you focus on nutrition and recovery and just working out those 3 to 4 days, it's amazing the results you can see and still feel pretty good, where it's not like every day you're waking up super sore. And that's something that it sounds like you've noticed a little bit.
I have. I'm not getting any younger again. My body has, it does speak to you as you get older. And so I've been listening to it and realized that, I need to step back and take care of my health. So yeah.
And I think finding the right dosage of how often you work out, the types of foods you eat, sleep, all those things are very, very important. And so one of the things we love to do is find out a little bit more about people's favorite movements and things they like most. So you've been at it for 4 years now, so you've seen just about every type of movement. So what are some of your favorite movements when you see them programmed or a workout that has them?
Gosh, it's funny because it used to be burpees and wall balls.
Really?
Okay. It used to be.
Yeah.
Now I definitely enjoy snatches.
Really? Okay.
Snatches, push-ups.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I feel like you like a good box jump or box jump over 2. Maybe not as much, but I feel like that basketball athleticism, they look easy for you.
I do enjoy it. They're not my favorite.
Yeah.
Not my favorite at all. I honestly can't say which is my favorite right now. I think I'm going through that.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, what is it that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Because now I'm just having a hard time. I'm telling myself, it's been rough trying to get into the door to go to, do the classes. Yep. And I dread it, and I think it's more so because I'm just aging, right? So I'm still trying to get into the rhythm, getting back to that.
It's coming to terms sometimes that there's things that maybe you used to be able to do that all of a sudden aren't as easy, or the weights don't move as well as they used to, or certain skills that you're like, oh, I used to be able to do that and I'm not able to do it. And there's certainly a challenge with that, because I know I've experienced that too.
Yeah, but gotta push yourself.
I know. That's where it's like, all right, if I got a community waiting for me, a coach, the workout's going to help me get a little bit fitter. So we'll flip it then. So what are some of the movements that you don't look forward to when it comes to, you see them on the whiteboard and you're like, it's really hard to walk through the door that day, but maybe I should still do it?
I think everyone knows this. Running.
Yeah, same.
Running.
Put my hand up for that one too.
Running. I think that's about it. It's the running.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one thing I appreciate about CrossFit, it's very rare we see really long distance running. Yeah. Most of it's these 2, 4, 800s at times, but it's manageable. But I would agree, running is the one that CrossFitters really just don't like very much.
Yeah, especially when we're warming up in the runs.
Right? Oh yeah. I'm in the same boat. When you get as soon as coach says, hey, go for a 200 or 400 meter run, you're like, what? Are you serious? I know. I fall into that trap as well. So when you start to think about the last couple of years, especially making that transition and being part of greater culture now, what are some of the things that either stand out to you or you've enjoyed about being a part of the community here with greater culture?
Definitely the gathering, the events that we do, the people. I want to say the people, the community, everyone in here. definitely what keeps me coming. Seeing everyone in different stages, different skills. But I feel like we all have something in common and is meeting those same goals, which is nice. So I definitely would say the community, the people. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's always fun too when you get to see new faces and new people, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I get to see where they're at on their journey. And then you get the people who've been doing it for a while, and you're like, okay, I kind of relate to them. And so you get all these different people that you relate to, and it's fun to see everybody continue to try and push themselves in some way, shape, or form. And so for anyone out there who's maybe a little hesitant or a little like, oof, I don't know about CrossFit, or I don't know if that's right for me. Is there anything that you would share or you would say to somebody who's maybe hesitant or on the fence about trying it or coming to see what a class is like?
Of course, I would say do not limit yourself to what could have been the best decision you have made. You can, you will, and you should. Just don't limit yourself, because at the end of the day, taking that first shot, that first opportunity, that first class, you may like it, especially meeting new people and giving you that thrive to push and that encouragement. That definitely helps.
I think it is fascinating. Some people have that first class, it's like, all right, I'm all in. Some people takes a couple classes. Regardless, I like what you said there. It could be the decision that continues to improve your life and helps you in not just inside the gym, but obviously outside is what we're all after here. Yeah. Well, Norma, it's been fun getting to chat, get to know you a little bit better. We appreciate having you here. Love seeing you in classes every time you show up, and looking forward to seeing what you can accomplish even as we continue to get a little bit older. All of us are working into that master's category now, so we're all figuring out a way to balance it. But appreciate you being on the podcast today.
Well, thank you, Brad.